Why am I having trouble connecting? Oh. All right. Hey, thank you for, hey, Riblets, it's Tom from Target Prime Rib. I'm a little bewildered because something happened with our connection and it did not show the video. So I do apologize on that. Just went right to going on. So we are now live. So Becky, Jesus and Carnivore, is actually having a little problem with her volume. So for people that are here, if you guys could give some suggestions. And Lewis, if you are here, can you come here and actually help out? So I'm going to give Lewis a quick text and see if he's around.
Microphone. Did that work? Let's see here. Microphone.
All right, so I just texted Lewis. Whether or not he answers or anything, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I hope that we're able to have you, do.
I'm hitting everything. Can you hear me
right
now?
I guess I'll just read the chats and go from there. So just sit back and relax. Pet your dog or cat if you have one.
I'll try.
So Isabella Goyer was the first on the stage. And hello, Isabella. How you doing? And of course, we got Donna Ray here, Bacon Runner. Hey, Bacon Runner, how we doing today? And then we have Sharon Steadfast. Now, nod your head if you know any of these people. And then we got Jeanette Trammell. Hey, Jeanette. Welcome. I'm guessing Jeanette is knows you, Becky.
Yeah.
So welcome. Hey, we can't disengage. We got Rick Charger Mopar here, the Quackmaster himself. Is here, and then we got Sherry Ledwards is here. I'm guessing that she's somebody that you know too. And Dave on the record. Oh, they actually hear you.
They hear me?
I just can't hear you. So maybe it's a problem with me. All right.
Okay.
Check something out.
I was hitting everything possible. I could not figure out what was going on, and it was showing that everything's.
The thing is, I don't think I have enough.
Everything on my end.
I didn't show anything yet. So I don't know if this is going to be possible. I might have to put my big bulky earphones on. So if they can hear you, that's the biggest thing. So why don't you start? Why don't we start off by you telling your story? All right.
All right.
Know that they can hear you. At least that's what Dave on the record just mentioned. And from there, we'll go from there, and I will do whatever I can to fix the problem.
Okay.
All right.
So on August 27th of 2023, I was at a dinner after church. It was Saturday, and somebody was talking about this crazy all-meat diet. And I was like, this sounds kind of like something I'm going to look into. So the very next day, it was a Sunday, I got on YouTube and boom, Dr. Berry pops up. And then right after that was Homestead How. And I just kept watching videos all day. I had it on. I was cleaning the house. And I went that very day and bought some meat. And I started that very day. And I've been going ever since. Before I started, I could barely walk. I was in severe pain. I had sciatica so bad, and it was just really major inflammation. I had fibroids that were just kept me in bed all the time. So I was severely depressed as well because of that. I am now a recovering alcoholic thanks to Carnivore. I was 70 pounds heavier than I am now. I had psoriasis, psoriatic arthritis, skin tags, which is obviously a sign of insulin resistance. So I don't know if I was actually type 2 or not, but I had a lot of issues and I was at the end of my rope. And that's why my name's Jesus and Carnivore, because God brought carnivore right into my face. And
Right.
I just took it with that very day, and I haven't turned back, and I'm never going to. It's my life. So now I've got my entire family. My sister, she's in the chat. She's on it. She started last July.
Which one is she?
Jeanette.
She's Jeanette. Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder you had a familiarity face when I mentioned.
And then my husband and my daughter. She's 13, and she's pretty strict. She's pretty intense, and she's an athlete, and she does so much better than all the rest. And all of her friends are telling her, you need carbs and you need sugar. And she talks about the science and gluconeogenesis and kind of taking them to school. So she's got a couple of her friends very interested, and one of them actually knows all about carnivore and comes from a good family that does all that too. So there's several carnivores in our church now, and my 88-year-old actually he's 89, my father-in-law, he's been carnivore. He started in July of 23. So he's doing great. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously I can hear you now. So
Oh, good.
There's this, I guess for some reason, I mean, Lewis is supposed to help me fix some issues anyway. We just haven't been able to do. He's a pretty busy guy, but he's also a godsend too. So
yeah, I love Lewis.
And I just got some new earphones, but I'm not sure if I have to charge them. Like they're wireless and everything. So, I mean, I have these two that are wireless, the earbuds.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm charging them right now, but it's like they don't have very much power. Like you charge them for like a day, and then they only last like no more than an hour.
Well, the kind you have on are better for you anyway.
They probably are. The ones I got are the bone conducting.
Oh, okay.
Now if you hear it, I don't know if you hear that noise or not of like a little beep, just ignore it. I'm not in danger. It's just my CGM is in the other room. I have my one, but my phone CGM is in the other room, and it's super far away. So it's just telling me, "Oh, where are you? I miss you." Like a crying cat or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm. Thank you for having me. I was watching. I didn't know.
But,
I know you've been doing this for a little while, but you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I like how we just sit here, we just chat. I've never done a live before, so it's kind of.
Well, yeah.
I've been on Carrie's channel. When on Saturday nights how he has the call in and tell your story.
The open mic thing, yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times, but I've never done anything like this before.
You just relax, and a few people in here have been on. Rick would definitely be able to tell you what it's like. And
oh yeah, I watch Rick a lot.
What was it?
I've said I've watched Rick a lot.
Oh yeah, okay. My hearing is so off. This shows that I am definitely over 50.
Well, so am I. I'm going to be 55 here.
But you're 2 years old. Well, almost. Yeah, I'm going to be 54 in September. So. Oh, did Becky just freeze? Tell me in the chat, people, if Becky just froze into a really weird position. Hello, Terry Sue. How you doing? Yeah. Jeanette, your sister, Becky, says that you froze, so it's been confirmed. Oh, this is funny. Well, yeah. Yeah, if it's any consolation, Becky, yeah, she's off. Hopefully she'll come back on. And don't worry, Becky, this happened to Adam. So, if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody. Yeah, I'm surprised by that, Rick, that Carrie's never interviewed you. I mean, maybe once the movie comes out and everything like that, he has more time, maybe he will, maybe we need to kind of like have him revisit it. I'm sure he's not going to think no way. Uh, so we'll just wait here. Do 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 do. Who interviewed you? Damn interviewed me. Who's Damn? Um, no, the documentary is not on YouTube, Jeanette. It's actually, yeah, I see that, Becky. Your internet went off of all times for your internet to go off. Like, did a cloud go over your house or something? um, yeah, no, I saw that, Jeanette. Sorry, this happened to all of us. You know, it's what it is. So if it gets to that, well, yeah, but no, I think the documentary is going to be out soon. I don't think it's out yet. They've been showing it at like meat stocks and stuff like that, but I don't think. Oh, that's cute. All right,
I'm
let's
back.
see. You're back.
My internet went out.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah, your sister was very worried about you. I
We're
can see she's
black
crying in
over
the
here,
chat.
aren't we, Thomas? Oh,
We
the
got the
power went out and then the internet went out. Then I had to figure out my computer again. Oh
Well, with
goodness.
this heat, I mean, I don't know about where you're at, but it's really hot here. It's my air conditioning's working, but it's not producing air.
I'm in
So,
Missouri, so it's not hot today. It's in the
uh,
50s.
so that's probably why you have a heavy shirt on. It's right now.
Yeah.
It's um, about 86 in the house,
Oh gosh.
and last night was about 95. So,
You need to get some air conditioning in there, honey.
well, the guy's coming. Well, somebody's coming tonight to help me because I have big, huge windows, and they think the light from the windows, which I don't get for the nighttime. I get it for during the day, but for the nighttime, I don't
Yeah.
really get how that can be effective. But you would think it cooled down a little bit. But some guy, because I can't climb up on a step stool to get to the high point of the window. So he's coming to help me install some new curtains that are thermal. They're thermal curtains that will hold the heat in and like
Yeah.
keep the light out and stuff like that. And like blackout curtains too. And so I did that. I did part of it today, what I could do. And my landlord's coming tomorrow with an air conditioning guy to replace a new condenser. So
Good
hopefully
deal.
that will work.
I'm
Um,
so hot. I'm drinking coffee.
I mean, the only thing better than that would be to have Rick come here, but I can't afford to send him on an airplane to
It's
get
probably
here.
pretty hot where he's at too.
Oh, it probably is, but if anybody has knowledge of the air conditioning, it would be him.
Yeah.
You know, and everything.
Yeah.
So Aaron has joined. Um,
Oh, hi, Aaron.
so Aaron is here, and
How's your babies, Aaron?
she says, "Let me see." She goes, "Bear, I can't pull up." Okay, I guess the bear's keeping her from moving. So that's a whole interesting story right there. So,
Yeah.
so was that it of your story? That seems so quick.
No, I have a long story. I have a lot of stories.
Okay. I'm
Which one do you want to hear
like
first?
what,
No,
whatever
so
makes
those were
whatever's
I
fun
mean,
for
I
you.
had a lot of ailments. Jesus
Okay.
and carnivore saved my life. But I would say about 20 years or so I've been pretty health, you know, geared towards health. So I've done things like the proper human diet. I'm not the proper yeah, I'm doing the proper human diet.
We're all
Proper food combining is what I meant to say. It's
right.
where it's all about digestion, which is all a lie. This whole thing was a lie, but it worked only for losing weight, where you can only eat you can't eat starches and meat together. You can only eat meat and veggies, or starches and veggies and fat. And they claim that all takes the fat and the meat take 12 hours to digest. So I would literally starve myself during the day and eat like 5 bananas. Literally, I'm sure that's where I got my insulin resistance. Eating bananas and fruits because they take the less time supposedly to digest. And I did that for 2 years. And then before carnivore, before I started, I was from 2017 to 2019, I was really, really strict whole food. So I was basically plant based, eating low fat, uh, quinoa, things like that. All the no pastas. If it was pasta, it was always the veggie pasta, black bean pasta. I ate a lot of beans, a lot of chick. What do you call that? Chickpea hummus dip.
Oh, oh yeah,
And I
I've
lived off on that.
I don't
And
know
then I
why.
started developing psoriasis, and I didn't even correlate it to my diet. I used to drink green smoothies every day, a big old green smoothie, spinach, an apple, kale, you name it. I put everything in it, all the oxalates you can imagine. And of course, sweet potatoes were the ones, you eat the sweet potatoes because you don't eat the other potatoes, and those are full oxalates. So, man, I'm surprised I didn't get any kidney disease or kidney stones is what I mean. But I was sucking up those oxalates. I was feeling like crap because you get 2 years in, and it's like you're expecting. The first year I felt great. I lost 60 pounds. I was in the best shape I've been since I've had my children. I felt great. And then all of a sudden, all these things started coming on, the aches and the pains and severe pains. It got bad in about 2019. I was hurting so bad that because marijuana was illegal here in Missouri, I drove to Colorado just to get me some CBD oil and all because I just wouldn't take any pain relievers or anything. And then all that didn't really work. I mean, yeah, it helped me sleep at night, but it didn't take anything away. And I was just lost there for a while. And then I ended up in pretty much giving up during that clean eating. It did teach me a lot, looking at ingredients and all those things. But I was really, really wreaking havoc on my body, not having any fat. I had brain fog like you couldn't believe. But
Here's the before and
yeah,
after.
look at that. That's the biggest I've been. Uh, that was right before I started. And
And you're doing
whew,
some
that person
acrobatics,
right there I was a very unhappy person.
and
I
looks
was
like you're doing some
sad,
acrobats here.
depressed, you know.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I wasn't the happiest person when I was 379 either. So, um,
And the
and it's
craziest
kind
thing,
of block
I
that
look at
out.
these pictures and I never thought I looked that big until now.
Neither did I.
You know,
I had
I
no
didn't think I was
idea.
fat. I just was sick. I could not walk. I
Right.
couldn't do anything. I couldn't think. I couldn't walk. I was in bed half the time. I didn't know I didn't know if I wanted to do this or what. It would cause me to drink because you get up, you're depressed. And what do you want to do? You drink, and then that makes you more depressed. And I
Yeah, I
just prayed
never
that
wanted to do
every day.
that, but I did question
Yeah,
why. Like I
yeah,
never actually wanted to, but I was like, I actually thought like God's crazy. Why am I here? Like why am I going through all this? Like what's the purpose, you know?
yeah,
Like,
I don't know. Here I
like
was a
I felt like a
Christian
worn shoe,
and
you know?
just hated myself so
Yeah.
much that I would just,
That's yeah,
you
no,
know,
I can relate definitely. So if
yeah.
anybody has any questions, I turned off Nightbot, people. So I have it on the top to ask questions, but it's not going to give you any reminders. So just to get just a little disclaimer really quickly, me and Becky are both not doctors. At least I think I know I'm not. I have no idea
I
about
am
Becky.
definitely not a doctor.
Right.
I may know
So
more than
so
most, but
anything we say, anything we do is just opinion and just part of our experiences. That's all it is. But if you have any questions, on our opinions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I will, I'm probably going to, because Becky has a lot to tell, so I'm probably going to store it, and then I'll ask the questions all like kind of like together. So just like I always do. So and just also, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there was anything else that we needed to do. Do. Yeah, just really the reason why I'm taking took Nightbot off is because tomorrow I'm going to be on tomorrow morning with Dr. Kiltz on the morning live. So I
At
didn't want
5 a.m.
yeah, it's well for you it's 5 a.m. I guess, but for me
It's 4 a.m. for you. Woo.
it's 6 a.m.
You're a little. It's.
1 hour. I'm one
Oh
hour later.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So um Jeanette, I've been carnivore technically since January 1st, 2025. So my carniversary is on New Year's, which I sort of did on purpose. I waited until that day to do it, just to fully. And I don't consider myself fully carnivore until I join communities. So I did start to eat mostly meat before that, but I didn't count myself as being fully carnivore until I joined with Carrie Mann and them. But no, so I'm going to be on with Dr. Kiltz, and the thing is Ali said to stream it to my channel. Well, if I stream it to my channel, Nightbot takes over and he starts putting out onto Dr. Kiltz's channel, so it's easier just to turn them off.
Yeah.
And yes, I could have waited
Oh.
until like after this, but I just wanted to make sure it was done. So you guys are gonna. I'm sorry, Nightbot's on vacation right now. So now to go on, because we're here for you, not for me. And I'm always here, so I guess technically we're here for me, but you're the one who keeps the show going, you and everybody else. And just like I said, if you have any questions, please ask them. Put QQQ in front, and I will mark it, and we will definitely ask it at some point in the show.
So where was I? I don't like talking about myself. So let's just say the
We'll
past is the past. I am no longer the person I used to be, and I don't have those thoughts. I'm just free. I'm free. I'm clear-minded. Um, I if there's anyone else out there that's not a carnivore, or um, I would just recommend doing your research, especially when it comes to plants, because plants literally are trying to kill me. They are. Um, Anthony Chafee has a great YouTube video about that. And I can attest to that because I recently went to Meat Stock, and we had some friends that allowed us to stay at their place near Nashville. And she knows I'm carnivore, and she said, we're getting brisket, and I'm also going to make some coleslaw. She says it doesn't have any sugar in it, and it doesn't have any seed oils. So it would basically just be however you make coleslaw, and then sour cream is what she used. Well, I had some of that because why not? I mean, I could have something, right? Well, I can't, because the very next day, our very first day at Meat Stock, I was in such pain. My elbows hurt again, my knees hurt. I was all just feeling all bloated, and just from having some coleslaw. So, there's a lot of people out there that can tolerate things. I just can't. Um,
Yeah.
I don't put
mean,
anyone down who eats plants. Good Lord, that's kind of stupid.
yeah.
I can have on occasion, I'll have some fermented olives because I love olives, but they're
Yeah, I'm not an
fermented,
olive
they're in
person.
water.
You can have my olives if you want. I don't. I'm not really an olive person. Pickles, yes, but olives, no. So
I'm an olive and pickle person. Those are
okay,
the two things I will eat
yeah. Pickles, I've
on
been doing.
occasion, but I don't crave them, and I don't care for, I'll have a few on my plate whenever I
Yeah,
have them,
we
but
actually have it's like kind of a flea market type thing, and there's a guy. I can't go there because I don't have a car. But when I did go there and have a car, he actually made homemade pickles. It had like about like 50 big barrels of pickles of different like garlic
nice.
and like these big huge they were the best, nice and fresh, none of this like
Yeah.
jarred stuff that's been like in the supermarkets for
Forever.
how many months in the supermarket and how many years in the warehouse, you know. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and everything. So, um, yeah, no, that's pretty cool. So I'm guessing Jeanette is carnivore as well, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
And I
She
just made and
started she started July. So last summer I went to the Montana meetup for Steak and Butter Gang,
okay.
and Todd Bachnis had that one. I'm sure you heard of that one, July
Uh,
4th.
yep.
So last July 4th, I went out there first, and she actually had started the day before I got to Idaho.
Oh wow.
And she's been doing it ever since. So proud of her.
Did she go to the thing on July 4th as well, or?
No, she didn't. I
Oh,
took my daughter and my son. We had gone there, and then we went to so we went to South Dakota, went to Montana to the meetup, got to meet Sean Baker and Bella and Carnivore Ray and everybody, and of course Healing Humanity. Adam and Carrie were there, and that was a good time. And then we took off from there and went to Idaho, and my sister was already ready. She's already started, and here she is,
now
almost a year later, still going at it.
I'm guessing you're sort of the hub though of all these people, like your kids, your
Yeah.
you know, how does that feel that you've influenced so many people close to you? Because you know, like I don't know, like people around me are like, oh yeah, I should try this, and they just never do. Um, I mean, you've actually gotten them to like, how long has Jeanette been carnivore? You said since
Almost July 5th, I think, or
almost a
6th.
year.
She will be a year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And how about your kids? How long have they been carnivore?
My daughter started in October.
Okay.
When I went carnivore, the first thing that went out of this house was, well, my conscience would not allow me to buy anything. I couldn't, I didn't, I, at the very beginning, so my sister, can't get anything right. It's like calling my one son, my other son's name. I do that
Yeah.
all the time.
If
So,
you can't get everything right, do you imagine? Can you picture me getting everything right? So,
so my daughter is a sugar addict. So when I was first starting, I was bad. I mean, I would not allow anything in this house, and I was kind of a zealot. I guess that was not the right way to go about it, because then my husband was hiding behind my back, eating pizza at his lunchtime and going to the, convenience store and getting their burgers there. And after I discovered that's what helped me realize what I was doing. I was just being such a zealot. I was just, so controlling. And then I realized I just need to lay back and relax for a minute. Let them do what they're going to do. I need to just set my example for myself. And if they follow along, then so be it. Well, that's all I did. I just calmed down, let them do their thing. But I told my daughter, I'm not purchasing anything for you. No candies, no cookies, no donuts, no anything, no soda. I switched over to Zevia, which is a it doesn't have any sugar. It's made with stevia. It's a soda type of thing. Just started changing things out. I told them if they wanted something sweet, I'll make it, but I'll make it a keto dessert or carnivore dessert. So I used to make cheesecake. I got an ice cream maker now, and I can make Kiltz ice cream for them anytime they want it. Um, so it's a lot more calming around here with me not being that way, and that helps because now they want. She's done her own research at 13, and she's sending me podcasts that I've never heard of before, all about carnivore. And it's pretty
good.
amazing when your 13-year-old is smarter than most people,
Well,
kind of like that.
they do have an easier way of learning, like how to navigate
Yeah, they
the
do.
internet and stuff. So I wouldn't really say that they're smarter. I just think that they're just able to get information in a different way. Um,
Yeah.
so according to this, Patricia Butler is here. So hello, Patricia Butler. How you doing? And we also
Hi,
have Dan.
Patricia.
Do you know Patricia?
I don't
Oh,
believe so, no.
okay. Um, is your daughter's birthday tomorrow?
It's Friday.
Friday. Okay. So Jeanette just said that she'll be 14 tomorrow. So Jeanette does not know the birthday of her own niece. I don't know how my sister would feel if I didn't know my niece's birthday.
She knew it was coming up.
But Patricia actually says, hi, Adam. So I don't see, I'm not sure which Adam she's talking about because I didn't see any Adam in here. So if an Adam is here, can you just say hello so I know exactly which Adam you are? Because I like to, I don't like
Mhm.
missing people. And just in case it's Adam Lacey, because of where you're connected to, I like to be able to say hi. Definitely, I want to say hi to Adam Lacey. So we've got Linda Flanagan here. She just came in. She says hello, everybody. But we got two comments in the chats. One's a question. The other one is a comment one of the other people made of that question. Because one of the good things about the community is we might have questions in there, but people in the community may answer that question too.
Uh-huh.
So I figured that their response is just as important. Sometimes I do,
Absolutely.
sometimes I don't. But Danielle is asking, "Hi everyone," and she did ask everybody, so it's free for all. Can you give us some tips and tricks on how to cook a good steak on the stove? Personally, me, when I cook it on a stove, I like my steaks black and blue. So I take beef tallow, I put in this great big iron cast iron, not really cast iron. It's more like just a ceramic thing that my sister got me. That's like about 24 inches round and about 5 inches deep. And I would put that and let it boil, let it like Rick would call it heart attack style. Let it like all the oil do, and then just preferably not frozen on this particular case. I just take it and I just raw. I just put it right in the thing and I just put it on for no more than a minute each side. Just let it sear, but keep it raw in the middle. That's the way I like it. I like it, black and blue like Kiltz likes it. Um, if it's frozen and I just didn't have time to defrost it, in the air fryer it goes. So um, how about, but that has nothing to do with the stove. How about you, Becky?
So yesterday I had that experience. I went and got some huge top sirloins for sale. They're about this thick, and I've never cooked on my stove. I don't cook steak on there either. I always grill or I put it in my air fryer, but I seared it, got the tallow really hot, seared it on both sides, and then I also seared it on the other sides, like the whole round. And then I ate it. Everything was good on the inside, but then I was like, after I got halfway through, because I don't do raw. Although I don't think it tastes bad.
Right.
And it wasn't cold, it was warm, so the temperature was good. It's just that I didn't like that. So I butterflied it in half, and then I just kind of seared the insides as well. So it wasn't overcooked, wasn't undercooked. It was just perfect for me. But I've got some more. I put salt on them yesterday, and I put them in the fridge, so they're just drying out in the fridge and salt right now, and I'll make those for dinner too. Just gonna sear them all on each side, and for my family, my husband and my daughter, I'll cut them in half and butterfly and just sear them again, a quick sear.
Mm.
But it works perfect. If you're someone who doesn't quite like the raw going on.
So Donna Ray right now is saying, "Be right back. I have to help my husband schlep something in the basement." Well, if anybody can do it, Donna Ray, it's you. I saw those first push-ups. I actually have you seen those videos yet with Erin Booby Goats, and they're doing a thing called
I
the
haven't seen
first
her.
push.
Uh-uh.
Yeah, check out her channel. Not sure if there's any of the moderators here today, but when they come in, but check out it's Bacon Runner is her channel name, and she's doing a thing called reverse push-ups, and Aaron Booby Goats is doing. Are you subscribed to Aaron Booby Goats at all?
Yes.
Okay, Aaron's
My
doing them.
problem, the problem with me recently is been so busy, I'm not even watching YouTube anymore. So
No,
that's a
that's
little
not a
bit of
bad.
a
That
problem.
that's not a bad problem. That's the fact that you're
I
actually
would
doing.
usually I try to get a video in a day. That's kind of like my life. So when I'm at work, I'm either Dr. Berg comes on with his lives while I'm working, and I like to listen to him because he's got a lot of good advice, especially for minerals and vitamins and all. And then Chris Cook's Nashville comes on live a lot, and he's like a preacher on there. Him and Ashley. And so I'll just listen to things while I'm at work. But for the most part, I've just kind of been away for a while. Went to Meatstock, loved it. Um,
Are you planning
just
going to
good and
back to health too?
refreshing. And I was in Kelly Hogan's group in April,
No.
so I
Okay.
started tracking, and not for the sake of calories or anything like that, but just so that I know what I'm eating every day. Because when you can look at the amounts you're eating, I've actually, since I started with her, I lost 6 more pounds just from tracking my food. I was apparently under eating because I'll just, you know how the meat and the fat kind of make you so satiated that you just don't want to eat, but you got to eat, got to have more. So I started adding sardines every day. I eat 2 to 4 cans a day, depending on the day. Sometimes I'll just have sardines, but I try to always have beef and sardines every single day from now on. And it's working. My weight's going down and I still feel great. And I do have butter. I always put butter in my coffee, and I'm not getting on my coffee yet. Especially since Scott came out with that Salter, the Salter coffee.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's good.
I
Yeah.
haven't had it yet. I'm going to hopefully it'll be there. I'm going to try my best. Now that I got a brand new roommate coming to live tomorrow here.
Yeah,
There's probably
good.
gonna be some commotion tonight. She's moving her bed in here tonight. So then tomorrow she can just go right in. But so what I'll probably do is I'll probably put on, so then that way nothing's seen. It's probably good that I'm on the earphones, and that way there's no disturbance of the noise or anything like that for them, and for vice versa.
So what are you gonna do when she moves in? Are you gonna have to move your
No, I'm
little
gonna.
tux into your room
I
or
I already. I'm hoping not to, because I was cramped in that room for the longest time because the other two roommates. And one of the conditions, like I told them when I interviewed her, I told her what I do, and everything, and
yeah.
this is the way I'd like it to be, and she was fine with it. Now, if it ends up that she's not, and she's still moving in, well, then that's the way it is. And if I have to move into my room, I will, but I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Because it's not good to have your home feel like a trap, you know, and
Exactly. And I know you felt that way for quite a while.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So, Jeanette's asking, what do you say, Thomas? And then she corrected with, did you say? I have no, Jeanette, I'm a 53-year-old man. I don't remember what I say a half an hour ago, let alone at all. Okay. So, you know, am I wrong?
What'd you say, Thomas?
I
What'd
have
you
no idea.
say?
I have no idea. I forgot to switch us because one thing I do hate is I have the chats on the screen, so you
Yeah.
can actually see the chats as they go along. Hey, Brian Wickavore is here. Hey, Brian, um, and everything. But I don't like it when it's covering you. I like it when it's covering when I don't care about if it's covering me. So,
I kind of like where you have the screen now because I was looking over to the side because you were over to my left, and now I can look straight where my camera's at.
oh really? Because I can switch, like,
And
like,
don't even ask me to read those comments because I can't see a thing without
no,
these
it's more
on.
for the audience. I'm sure it looks better on. I'm sure it looks better on the TV screen. Um,
uh,
I wouldn't know fully, but yeah, Brian Wickavore is here. Have you seen? Well, you said you see very few
let's see.
people. Now, I'm a little disappointed that. Have you ever seen my intro video or no?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have seen it, so it's nothing. Okay, so we can go one day without. So, hopefully
Oh,
next week we'll see it again. I don't know why it skipped it.
oh, it skipped it. The one
Yeah,
that has the lion and it says lot live or will coming up
no,
or
that's Linus.
oh,
That's
okay.
the lioness thing. I'm not a lioness. Last time I checked, so to answer
I
that
hope
question,
not.
that Danielle asked. Terry Sue says, Danielle, it's nice to cook in the cast iron, but I hate the mess and the alarm and the smoke alarm. I air fry or grill outside. Yeah, I never had the problems with the alarm going off. I guess because you know,
because they don't
maybe,
work.
either that or maybe because of my Thanksgiving incident where I burnt my nose.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, yes, that was horrible.
maybe maybe I'm more careful and like I'm more
Yeah.
like making sure. And that might be why too I don't cook my steaks for that long because it's like, okay, I don't want to have it go like off and like totally heat up. I just heat it up enough to sear it. Um, so
So
Jeanette's
speaking of
asking, why am
burning,
I target prime rib?
I've noticed since I've been carnivore, okay, the sunburn, of course, everybody thinks you're just making that stuff up. That's not true. You literally do not hurt. If you do, it's probably because you still have seed oils in your body. But I, my first in 2023, it was like August. Yeah, I started in August. It wasn't very long after, so it was the next spring when it's time to mow. I oh my gosh, I was out for about 4 hours because I've got about 6 acres out here, and I came in and I was red, like really red, and then I took a bath and I didn't burn. I mean, it didn't hurt. I didn't pill, nothing, and that's how it's been ever since. I could be out in the sun all day long, no pain. And the burning, the actual physical, like burning myself with fire, I burned my trash, and one day I lit the bag and the plastic fell right on my finger and it just melted into my finger. And for 1 second, I mean literally 1 second it hurt. But then it didn't hurt. I peeled off the plastic and the next day I had a scab starting and it was a bad burn, but it did not hurt. It didn't hurt like it would have. There's something about our skin and about everything that happens when you healed up rather well, didn't you, after your burn
Yeah, I
on
would
your
have to think
nose?
so. Yeah, I mean, it's what it looks like now.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I mean, it didn't take that long to heal either. That's I mean, I contributed that to the fact that we have so much that we eat so much fat.
Yeah, it's got to
I'm
be.
hearing an echo all of a sudden. Is that me or
I haven't touched anything, so don't
no?
blame me.
You don't have. I'm not blaming you. I'm just
I
wondering.
can't really hear you well, but my speakers say they're totally all the way up.
You-
But I don't know what it is. I don't want to touch anything and end up
No,
messing
you're
anything
fine.
up.
It's probably me. It's showing that I really do need. Um, um, how's that?
Still
Uh,
sounds
can you hear me better
speak.
now?
Oh, way better. Yeah.
Okay, I
I hear
turned up
you
my
way better.
mic volume. So
Okay.
uh,
Now I hear you better.
let me just see stereo audio. Okay, let's hope and pray that works. And matter of fact, I'm going to test something out real quick. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Say hello.
Hello, hello.
Okay. No, it didn't work. Okay, that's fine. As good as these are working, they're also super hot too. So,
Oh
um,
man.
so Jeanette is asking, why target prime rib? So, I will. I don't want to really explain it now because this is for you, not for me. But just really quickly, Target Prime was the name of a book that I wrote, and prime rib was the last was a meal I had the Christmas before I started carnivore. So
Sweet.
target prime rib. That's probably the shortest version of the story. So yeah. So I'm just trying to think. Sometimes you get these distractions and everything. So I just, I'm wondering if I want to try something. So okay. So you said your daughter is pretty knowledgeable, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, and you said that
And she
I'm
knows
sorry.
her body. She knows how.
Well, that's
If she
good.
eats something that's off, she knows it and she feels it immediately. So I'm never doing that again. I remember doing that with alcohol, he's like, "Oh, I'm never drinking again." But the food addiction and alcohol addiction's the same thing. There's no difference. It's a sugar addiction.
All right.
I
So
keep getting these phone calls.
I'm not sure, but John Together Strong just sent me an email. So if you don't mind, I'm going to show that on here.
All right.
Share screen. Try this link. All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. So are you ready?
Bloody blah
Yeah.
blah.
Okay. Can you see it? All right.
I
Good.
can.
Okay. So let's make it bigger. That's even better, right? All right.
Yeah.
See what he made.
Yeah.
That is so cute. I love it. And I recall
He moves
Todd
better than
and
I
Hands
Lindy.
up in the chat room.
He moves better than I do.
Yeah,
Stores
and
flying and
you
night
did the Todd
begins.
and Lindy because of Todd Baucus and
Some
Lindy.
Yeah.
talk steak,
Yeah.
some talk life.
It's based on this guy here.
Some just trying
Oh, cool,
to
yeah.
get it right.
That's your little squeezy thing, right?
Yep, it's
Name's
stressful.
on screen, but it feels real close. Laughing easy like we're all on the porch. Different roads, but we meet right here. Pull up a chair, we're already there. Target prime rib, come on in. Riblets gather, let the talk begin. Laugh a little, say what it is. Ain't no pressure here in this carnivore keto. However you roll, we're just talking life and feeding the soul. Ain't about perfect, just where you're at. We're all hanging out, chewing the fat.
I love
Come
it.
on back, chewing the fat.
Okay. Well, thank you, John,
That
for
is
that.
really cool. Yeah, good job, John.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I don't know if there was, did you send it, John, because there was something different about it, or did you just send it because you saw that I couldn't do it today? I mean, I think it's in there. I think it was just a problem with the computer. I think it was just a problem with my. Obviously, I'm having a problem with the audio, so it probably was something with that too. It just probably didn't include the video. So I'll go back in and try to fix it. But
Yeah.
but I was just wondering. Um, so Miniwa changed her name to Mighty Miniwa. Um,
Ha.
so that's a clever name. Now we have to do like an AI of you, Miniwa, like with a K, like becoming a superhero. That'd be cool. You know, um, I had two thoughts because sometimes, it's nobody's fault or anything like that, but sometimes, um, like things don't have, like things just like we're so able to do quickly and stuff like that, we're like, what do I talk about now? Where am I going to go? And I got a couple of my moderators here. So Grandma's here and so is Papa
Sweet.
Carnivore. So,
Hey,
um,
Barbara. Hi, Papa.
Papa, Peter, right? Um,
Uh-huh.
so what I'd like to do, I was thinking of two things. I like to hear, if it's okay with you and her, I would like to hear from one of the people that you influenced to become carnivore. So would Jeanette be willing
Oh.
to come on here and come into the panel and talk with us?
I know she's at work right now.
Oh, then never mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. Okay, so another thought I had was I showed a video the other day of okay, that's annoying. Do I have? Hopefully that will work. Nope, that didn't
There.
work. I still
That
hear it,
sounds
but
better.
yeah, it's something. Like I said, Lewis's help. I'm going to need Lewis's help with this. I can't be fooling around with it while doing a live. This is something we need to do separately. So, um, but he's
Well,
just
we can't all be perfect, so it doesn't
well,
have to be perfect. Life is life. We just
speak for
gotta
yourself. I have to be perfect.
live.
But no, I
What
thought
fun would it be?
I don't know. Did you see my last video of all the things I made, all the shorts I made, or no?
No, I
Okay.
didn't.
So would you like to
No.
see like
I saw the one with the toilet on your back.
all right, so I'm going to show all the different shorts that I have made. Some are carnivore, some are not, but I thought you guys would like to see it, and that would actually help out a little bit. So I'm going to share. Now it's probably going to go right to it. Um, so I just have to find the file first. Oh, it'd help if I actually put in my little thing here. Because to save memory on my computer, I put it on a little drive. Okay, and videos that I made. Where are they?
I'm gonna put a chair up over here. It's a foot up. Ah, there you go.
Yeah, I just thought like that would be kind of cool if she was around. But
Yeah, and my daughter's at basketball camp this week, so
oh, so you have nobody to help you out. All right, so I will explain as we do each one. I will explain what they are. But this is actually of somebody that I
You
work
will
with.
pay for
She asked me to
this,
make her
Dorothy,
into
and your dog
the Wicked Witch of the
too.
West. So
oh no.
yeah, so we're gonna remove that.
Reminds me of Disneyland growing up.
Does it?
Yeah.
Video file again. Now this was made for Dr. Kiltz, and yes, I have shown him already. Now this was based on a video that Carrie Mann made with Dr. Kiltz in it, where they went to a Walmart and he found a thing of eggs made from plants.
Oh yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
I remember that was in Wisconsin,
Yep.
I believe. Yeah.
So here's the tree that grew the eggs. And then he picks the eggs and gets ready to.
Oh, that's funny.
And look how enthralled he is up at the end.
He's like,
And then there he
oh,
is frying him on an open flame.
I
With a
know
nice.
darn well the way he feels about plants, he wouldn't be eating them.
It's funny though when the AI did the video, he picks up the tomahawk and puts it on the frying pan, and I'm like, no, Kiltz would not do that. So I ended up having to scratch it out because fortunately it was at the end, and he because he would never, he eats the steaks raw. He would never cook it.
I know. Speaking of tomahawks, I was in Tennessee for the Low Carb for Better Health, and Healing Humanity was there. And I went and hung out with them at their Airbnb afterwards. And I actually cooked up my first tomahawk I ever had in my life. So, because my birthday was coming up, and
Oh,
so he cooked it. He was disappointed in it because it took forever and things weren't working out the way he wanted. I'm like, that tastes excellent. I don't care. Just because I didn't want to ruin a $50 steak by myself cooking it. You don't
all
want to
right.
do that.
No, definitely not. So this one is actually I wasn't able to do all the drawings. AI was kept on messing it up, and I wanted the drawings to be exact, but I just wanted them to come to life. But this is of Alia's son. I think her son's Jacob, but
Oh yeah.
so this is all three of his drawings that he made coming to life.
I saw those. That's cool.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what that is about, that's what that was about. So
Yeah.
all right, I have many more. So
I'm gonna have to get up early tomorrow and watch you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So this one
Yeah.
is the next one. This is Aaron's.
This coffee hits perfectly right after a heavy steak breakfast. The pure carnivore diet just clears my mind. I feel incredible too. Nothing but fresh fish and zero carbs for me.
I saw that one. That was cool.
Yeah. Let's see. And there were a couple done by Barry Simon, but these are only the ones that I did recently. And another one for Booby Goats for Aaron.
Oh, that
Everybody's
is so cool.
either booby birds or flying goats.
And for a background to those that don't know, like my sister, she has 10 children. So
Yeah. Wait, your sister had? Oh, your sister doesn't know. I thought you were saying your
Aaron
sister
has
10
has
children.
10 children.
Wait, new story. Okay, so this is my sister. Hold on a second. Oh no, this is me on the toilet backpack. I got that idea because like people don't realize that if you're super high fat carnivore, this is probably what you're probably going to use the bathroom a lot. Until your body gets totally
Maybe for a
adjusted.
minute. The first month was like that for me, but I really don't have any.
I'll be honest with you, I still go to the bathroom a lot. So
Some people do. Sometimes
yeah.
I know people that have been in it 2 years and they're still doing it. So
Yeah. So I mean, but I think it's because of how you lower the fat.
I don't
and
know
stuff.
if the body just naturally isn't really quite fat adapting properly, or I don't know.
I think it's like if the fat the rendered fat though. So this is my sister.
Yeah, rendered fat for sure.
Oh boy, I am so pretty.
So that's my
Yes,
sister now,
You are.
and that's her 44 years ago.
Oh,
Well, not 44 years ago, like a little bit less than that, but she's 51 now. She just turned 51.
so that's her hugging on herself.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
I like that.
So let's take
Sweet.
her off, and we'll take this one off. Kind of clear up the spaces a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, so I thought these were kind of cool. Here's one that I did for Rick.
Oh, hold it down, Milton! A doc says, keep pressing!
You gotta love that one.
Yeah.
And then this is one that I did not show on my video because it didn't download until later on. But I just did this of me. Hold on, let me put it in the thing first.
I feel incredible on this carnivore diet app. Me too. The energy is through the roof. Exactly. No more brain fog, just sharp focus. It's life-changing. We should tell everyone. Totally. Inflammation is gone. My advice to that thing. It should cheers feel amazing. It's
So there's that one.
Oh, I love it.
Obviously, I was very bored. I did this all in one day. And this is one from your favorite guy. It's Todd Bachnes running with the Pelicans because there's an ongoing joke. There's an ongoing joke with him. So I don't know if you ever heard it or not, but he accidentally one time on a Zoom call said that he was cooking pelican, that he was making pelican instead of pemmican.
Pemmican.
So I tease him all the time. I'm like, so I show him like pictures of pelicans, and I did one time where I did a pelican, and I put in the caption like, "What did I ever do to you? Like, why are you cooking me?" Like I'm just sitting here.
I was gonna go to the July 4th meetup this year, and that's why I actually have my vacation time set at that time.
Okay.
But we're gonna go instead of that. I'm going to pick my sister up in Idaho, and then we're going to Washington.
Oh,
and
okay.
I got 2 beach houses there, one on the coast and then one in Olympia. So we'll be staying in Washington, and then I'll go back to Idaho, stay a couple days, drop her off, and then head on to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and stay there a couple days and ride
nothing like a good cigar.
Teton Mountains. So that's going to be cool, near the Tetons. So that's our vacation this summer. We're going to be gone about 3 weeks.
Okay. That's cool. So this one is Dr. Kiltz, Mitch, and Dr. Nelson, all sitting in a 1950s Las Vegas
Las
lounge.
Vegas.
And Mitch is a big cigar smoker. That's one of his shticks, and sometimes Kiltz will smoke too and stuff. But this is just them in the 1950s, that old that old style of the Rat Pack and stuff like that. And so there's just
Nothing like a good cigar. And this steak looks perfect. The best in Vegas.
Best in Vegas.
To good times. And better ones. Kiltz ahead. And better ones ahead.
So it's that one. And then I just have 2 more to show, and then we're done with that. So I'm glad that you actually saw them. Nope, that's not what I wanted to show. Cancel. I went to the wrong thing. I went to show videos, not images. Okay, so let's see. And there's 2 versions of this one I did. So I'm going to show you this one, and then this is the main one, then I'll just keep it.
Time to drink my coffee and feel alive. Wow, that boy.
Zombie pack.
See? Coffee's the real cure. Now I'm ready for the day.
Did you see whose cup I used? I used,
Mitch's.
yeah.
Is that Mitch's cup?
No, it's Alia. Son designed that.
Oh, okay.
Alia Wells.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I used it for that. And there's another one too where I'm not really talking. It's just me showing. But this is the thing. I wasn't sure which one was going to come up, so I figure I would just be like, okay, if the other one came up, then I would do this one too. But I really don't need to. And then of course, I had the I don't know if you saw it or not, but I also had. But I'm not sure because it doesn't show me length of videos until I click it. So let me see if I can. It might. Yeah, actually, let me check and see if it's this one. I don't know if you saw this or not. Oh, this one. So I don't have the music with it, so there's no sound. Now this took a long time. It took a lot of credits for the video thing I was using and everything. It was.
Oh, yum.
Yeah. Clay looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Ooh.
It looks just like me.
That's so funny.
So I thought you'd get a kick out of that. So yeah. So are you? I think I now know what your sister was talking about. I asked the question. I don't know if you heard me or not. Are you going to hack your health?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, that's the one place I am. I already bought tickets for it. I bought it when it first came out, and so that's why I didn't go to Meat Stock because I heard different things about different ones, and Hack Your Health at that time was.
If there's any tickets, I might go to Meat Stock next year, but I'm not gonna stress over it.
Right.
I just right now you just gotta. I'm trying to save to just have enough money for food these days. Good Lord. I mean, gas is outrageous. So.
Oh yeah. Well, I have to still. Now that I got the roommate, I can start saving. I just got to put in the plan to save. I'm not very good at saving when it comes to that. It's like unless I come up with a plan on and make saving like sort of like a bill. It just doesn't work for me. I can't just be like, okay, I'm just gonna put money aside. Especially when other things come up. So I got to make sure I got all my demons out of the way first, and then I can start to do. But the first thing I need to do is I need to get a new license because in order to open up a new savings account, I have to have my license is expired, and they won't take it if it's an expired license, which is fine. So I have to kind of wait, and because I like to kind of open something separately for that purpose. That'll make it a lot easier for me.
So do you not trust yourself we have an envelope I stick in a safe, and every week we just put money in it, just a couple
That would
hundred
be
a
a good
week.
idea. And I could
That's
even
what we
trust somebody that be on the safe side. I can even give somebody else the key. I just don't know if I can trust them
do.
for it. You know, um, especially if I can just put it in but never take it out.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
My sister got a piggy bank that doesn't open. You have to break it in order to get into it. So that's another good idea, but you might end up with a broken piggy bank sooner than you
Yeah, and
know it.
you end up getting close. You end up getting attached to the piggy bank, and you feel bad about breaking it.
Well,
It
hey,
becomes a
you'll,
pet. Your children
your
name
money will
it.
last longer.
That's true. Of course, when you need it, it's not going to last too long. No, most
Yeah.
what I'm actually doing is this. I have two bank accounts, and I switched my work money to go to one bank account, and everything else goes to another. The
Yeah.
other bank account that everything else goes to is going to be for my rent, for my bills, all that stuff. The other one is from work, and that would be for the savings. Like I can get into it, but if I take the card and put it away and put it someplace where I can't like get to it right away or as easily, then I can just have the money be in deposit only and not withdraw it until I need it. You know.
Yeah.
So
So how long have you been back to work?
I've been back to work. I tried going in towards full time. I just had to stop because I had footage of my legs start swelling
Yeah.
and stuff. But I've been back to work for since April.
Good
So
deal.
almost a year, or no, a little over a year. It was April last year that I started going back to work, and like with the happening with my roommate and everything, the roommate situation, my boss tried to help me with full time, and I don't know if the problem is that I worked full time or that I worked 4 days in a row, 8-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Like he's worried, like he's only having me do 4-hour shifts. He's worried that and I get it, he's worried that I'm going to probably have a problem if I work more than 4 hours. I don't know if that's necessarily the problem though. I probably could work 8 hours. Just I think two 15-minute breaks would be better than one half-hour break.
Yeah.
And I think just give me, like if you actually, okay, say instead of 4 hours, you do 6 hours, but I get a break in between. Well, give it to me after 3 hours. Definitely guarantee me a break after 3 hours. And then that way I'm not holding on for a whole 4 hours. And it's just
Are
three
you on
plus,
your feet when you're working?
yeah,
You have
cashier.
to work on your feet.
It's at a convenience store.
Hey.
So sitting down at six
Oh
in the
yeah.
morning, at that time,
No.
there's coffee drinkers, there's cigarette smokers. Um, it's just, it's nearly impossible to sit down. Like I could get a chair, but I would be getting up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just
Yeah.
easier. It's easier for me to just take my leg and lift my leg like almost like I'm a dog, like at the fire hydrant. But or that I'm just like being like, hey, look at me, cute. But so I just do that, and sometimes I'll do like mini push-ups at the counter, stuff like that, and customers are pretty used to it. So I try my best to get my joints in shape and stuff. But so I
Yeah.
start some things. Okay. Jeanette says this. I thought tomorrow's Friday. Right, Jeanette. Right. Even I know that's not. Okay. Um,
Oh, I know. I've been a day ahead or a day behind for the last 2 weeks, so I can understand that one.
and Terry Girl says Donna Ray has some guns. That's Bacon Runner, by the way. She's 60. She just turned 69, and yeah, she's in pretty good shape for her age. She definitely puts us out of the water. Um,
Nice.
yeah.
I got to
And
see
then,
Maggie. Oh
oh,
my
did you?
gosh. I got to talk to her for about 15 minutes, and this lady, so beautiful. I don't care what pictures you see on the internet, how
It
beautiful
doesn't do
she
it
is
justice, right?
in person, she's just vibrant, and her eyes just are so crystal
Yeah.
clear and yeah, so well spoken.
And
Yeah,
last one, Rick says, I would like to try a lizard blizzard from Lizard Queen. Only in your neck of the woods there, Rick.
you gotta go and open up a Lizard Queen.
Yeah. And if anybody could, it's Rick. It's definitely Rick.
Uh-huh.
So so it looks like Erin left. So she didn't see any of the things we were talking about with her.
Oh.
So I'm having such a hard. Oh yeah. So you said before I was leading to this, but I have a habit of interrupting myself, so I do apologize on that. You said before that your daughter showed you some content
Yeah.
concerning carnivore.
She sent me some
Who
Spotify
who
carnivore.
did she show you? Like who did she introduce you to?
It's some lady I never heard of, but she does really short ones and to the point. And I think that's why it works so well for her, because it's like a 10-minute here, 15-minute there. One of them she sent me was how to basically tell your friend, when you're surrounded by people who don't. It was kind of like this. It's really good for teenagers, I think, because it was explaining how you react, that towards people who are not carnivore, the treatment you'll get sometimes from others. And she doesn't really want to tell everybody. She's not like got a megaphone and telling everyone she's carnivore. But because I am, everyone just assumes she was. And they do know she eats better, but I feel like she has a tendency of going ahead and eating stuff in front of her friends because she doesn't want to seem weird.
Right. She doesn't want to give them a false impression, basically.
Yeah, she doesn't want to
Or
seem like
a
a
different
weirdo. So
right.
I told her, I told her, nobody loves you and cares about you more than yourself. Those people aren't going to be there for you when your health goes bad because you just got sucked right into eating sugar and junk. You are the only person going to be there for yourself for the rest of your life. So you need to learn to defend yourself, learn to just do the right thing, eat the right foods that make your body feel good. Whatever they may be, whole, real foods, Like I wrote a book for our church. I'm hoping to have it passed out. They have some in our church bookstore for sale, but it's called Eating to Honor God. And it goes into the foods, the food laws, what real food is. In Leviticus, it talks about, in 1919, it talks about not mingling and mixing seeds. So I go into how mingled seed is not of God. He did not create these things. I go into selective breeding. I go into plant toxins. I just go into how you need to prioritize meat and fat and sparingly eat your vegetables, but whole foods, just eating real stuff. If you got a garden, like we have a garden right now, my husband's got, it's beautiful. He's a great gardener. But eat out of your garden, eat real stuff, heirloom plants, as close to nature as you can get. Get the blackberries that are growing naturally outside, the asparagus that grows naturally. Stay away from the store-bought genetically modified junk, the seedless watermelon, the seedless junk. And so I hope that somebody will read that someday and maybe they'll gear towards carnivore, at least a ketogenic diet. That's the whole thing's about a ketogenic diet. I go into ketosis, how we're born into ketosis. I go into, I've got I got doctors and I've got, what's his name from, oh my gosh, he's really good. I put all his studies in there. I got Dr. Kiltz and fertility studies in there. I have different testimonials like Bill Knott, Lindy. I just stuffed a bunch of testimonies so people could see according and my testimony. And it's just basically just the truth wrapped up in a whole eat real food, honor God with eating what he created and not man-made junk. So that's it. That's what I've been busy doing.
That sounds like a lot of stuff. That really does.
Yeah.
So Meanwhile just said that she ordered the iPhone 17 Pro Max today. So that's the phone I have. So congratulations. You'll love it.
I got a nice little iPhone 13.
Well, I had an Android for the longest time,
That's
and I'm
all I
like,
could afford.
I'm getting a new phone, so I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do an Android anymore, and so I figure, and as soon as I told Lewis
Yeah.
what I got, he pretty much like jumped for joy. Anything Apple, or because I think his brother works for Apple, so anything Apple, he he like drools a little bit, you know. Um,
I I swore apples were the devil. So I was like, I told my family I'm never getting one. Told all my kids. They all had them, and I was like, that is the devil, the all-seeing eye of Lucifer. I was
oh,
going
they
crazy.
are.
But
They
and they
can be
are.
they can
But
be different. I'm
they
not going to say harder
these
to learn, but they're different to learn.
they just work better. You can do more of what we're doing here
Yeah.
so much easier than you can with the Samsung Galaxies that I used to have. They were really easy to use. This is fairly easy, but it's more of a computer in my hand rather than the other ones that I've had. So that's the reason I broke down and decided to get one. But
And Terry Sue says that she has the iPhone 10. It's bloated and needs the carnivore diet. Okay.
it exploded. Oh.
Terry Sue's funny, even though she doesn't know it, she's funny. But she probably does know it. So we're just looking in the thing.
It's unfortunate with technology. They create these things to not last very long anyway. So I'm surprised she's still using a 10 and it's working.
Um, okay, so I'm not sure what Ivy is talking about. My favorite, I wish you would have shown it longer on your post you did earlier with it. So I'm not sure if she's talking to me or talking to somebody else. Um, After a while, you kind of like you don't really pay attention as much to the chats because
Yeah.
you want to engage with your guests, right? So
I literally just now discovered that I could see them on my screen. Before I was sitting there looking at your screen down here at the little itsy bitsy tiny. And then I looked over and it
you
said,
have your own.
yeah, I did not know this.
It's like that's
Oh.
like like when the little sister has to look at the older sister's or brother has to look at it's like you got your own. Leave my
Not gonna
like
share.
what's on your plate? Doesn't matter.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was something gave me the concept of that. Danielle was saying about how cool my toilet backpack is. I just said let's do a funny video. Let's do a funny ad with me having a toilet on my back as a backpack. And the ad was like what you would need on a super high fat diet. Like super high fat, like super high fat carnivore diet.
So
Because
I
it's
got a
true,
question
the
for
rendered
some people
fat.
in the comments.
Okay.
I have a question for some of the viewers. If they don't have any idea, if they have like family members that they live with, so for instance, a mother who has children, if they want any ideas on what to feed their children to kind of even their teenagers, because it's hard, but I
Yes.
can give them kind of a little idea of how I did things when I went carnivore.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people ask that question. What do you do when your whole family, you're the only one? And well, I'm also the cook
That's
of the
definitely
house. So.
yeah. That's definitely. I'm sure you have other things you could answer too, but yeah. I mean, questions kind of make it easier, because it's like sort of like your brain. At least for me, my brain sort of goes all over the place. you know and yeah, I should write things down, but then my brain goes all over the place while I'm writing down, so my notes end up looking like chicken scratch. So
I
So
started
yeah,
with
I mean,
making like
definitely
carnivore.
put a QQQ in front, and we'll, in this particular case, we can answer the questions as they come along. It won't be, put to storage unless they come faster. And definitely do. I mean, you guys asked a lot more questions on my last guest last week, so you know, Becky's no different. Becky can definitely answer the questions, and if she can't, she'll make them up. So, you know, so just ask some questions. We got like,
I'll just fake it till I make it. Dang it!
yes. You're not miserable. You're happy. You're healthy. You know.
Amen.
I mean, isn't that Kiltz is very? I don't know if you know this or not, or if he connected the dots with this, but Kiltz is very much with the book The Secret. Now he prefers the book over the movie. I'm too lazy. I watched the film, the documentary, but basically
Yeah.
it's about the law of attraction, and it's pretty
Yeah.
much like like if you want to be healthy, you got to believe that you're healthy now, and that you actually think and you actually believe these things. Um,
See, being a
I
Christian, I
try that.
kind of do things a little different because I don't want to get into sounding like you're getting into like kind of pagan ritualistic type of things, but I do believe in affirmations. But
Right.
everything that I affirm, I praise God for. I ask Him for help. I don't
Right.
like I don't sit here and say, "Oh, I can't. I want to be a millionaire," or things
Oh
like
no, I
that. That's
don't. I don't think that. I
but
just think that
I always you got to speak good things. The things that you
right.
speak, the Bible's very clear that your tongue is a very powerful as a two-edged sword, and you have to be careful of the things that you say, what you say to yourself. I know this because I was saying bad things to myself for the longest time, and now my brain has actually clicked finally to where I don't even say those things anymore. Um, if I even think like a thought of negativity for some reason, it'll be something so minor like this. If I go to watch this afterwards, I'm gonna just critique it. Look at me. Oh my gosh, I had a pimple or something, I always have to find something, but people don't see me like I do when my head's not right. When my head's not right in those negative times or whatever, nobody sees me like that. Everyone
No.
sees me in a different way, a better way than I see myself. So I
Well,
try to
I
always
think that way of thinking is sort of like a chess move. It's not that I'm I know God would help and everything like that, but it's like believing that what is going to like it's going to happen, and you already envisioned it happening to the point to where
yeah,
you bring that future into your mindset right then. So
yeah,
I believe I see it. I see, like, even though it hasn't happened yet, I see my A1C going to about 5.4 or lower.
yeah.
I see that happening. I believe
Mhm.
it's happening. I envision it right now that I'm healthy, that I'm not sick. Now, yeah, I'm going through all this trials and tribulations, and it's like, oh my God, when is this going to happen? So that kind of
Yeah.
deters a little bit, but I think that's what's meant by it. I don't think it's
Yeah,
like
it's like
really that
having a vision board. I
exactly in your
haven't
head.
I yeah, it's in your head. Well, I know a lot of people that have a vision board, like my sister-in-law, she has one in her house and it has
Right.
her, her husband, her children, and all of their goals. And literally they're checking them off all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I had a small vision board at one time, but just again, me being scatterbrained, I just didn't keep it. And my vision
Just put
changes,
mine's over here behind me. I need
Yeah.
to stick it on the
I mean,
wall.
mine's in the one place that it will never lose is I have it right up here. But until somebody gives me a lobotomy, I'll never lose it. But
Yeah.
so we got a question from Mighty Miniwa. Um, I have someone who has 3 to 4 year old daughters. What advice can I give her about starting them on an animal based diet? So that's pretty around your wheelhouse that you mentioned, right? So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good question, Minua. So I'm going to
I
hide
think
that.
the question is the mother on an animal-based diet? Or another thing would be um, getting her educated on seed oils because the majority of the food they're eating, I guarantee the chicken nuggets and all that are full of seed oils, then getting her to understand about insulin resistance and how the mac and cheese. I'm thinking of all the things I fed my children, the mac and the cheese, and even though the cereal that I fed them didn't have sugar, because I have been away from. I've been an anti-sugar person for a long time. I have a 28-year-old, and none of my children grew up with Fruit Loops or anything like that. It was just plain bland Wheaties and things like that, or Rice Puffs, but still bad for you. Insulin resistance. My thing is every morning I make sausages, Teton sausages. That kids love that kind of stuff. I make carnivore pizza, but you can make it with the sauce,
Right.
the red sauce. A nice clean like Rayos is a good sauce. Carnivore pizza, animal-based pizzas, animal-based nuggets you make on your own. Very simple. Courtney Luna has a great book. A lot of it has recipes I can't use myself because I don't eat pork. Like the pork panko, chicken nuggets would work great if I could dip it in pork panko, but I can't. But there are ways to make them without that. You can do a cheese. I believe it's a cheese and chicken. You kind of roll it in my sister made some once. I think you kind of roll it in the cheese and then it crisps up really nicely. I do all sorts. I make lasagna with eggs as my base, as my pasta.
Okay.
And it's real easy to make. I do that a lot for the family. My husband loves, and cottage cheese, loves that. There's tons of animal-based foods that are really good for children that they'll actually like too, and that are filling, very filling.
So that's pretty good. All right, so let's see if there's any other questions. And Terry Sue says, "Give God credit for it, or you lose it." I've seen it happen to so many people. I agree with that. That's not. I mean, I don't want people to think that I don't believe in God. So please don't think that. You know, I'm just not. I just don't go to church, and I'm just not overly religious. It's. But don't make me look like a sacrilege. Like
You heathen.
yeah, I know. It's like people. Sometimes people don't really fully understand what you're saying. It's no offense, Terry Sue, but
I tell you, if I didn't have a good, decent Bible believing church, I wouldn't be going to church either. It's hard to find a good, decent church.
I just can't find. There's a lot of churches, but it's like you know what it is? When I was a kid, my mom went to a church. Every church she went to did the same thing to her. Now, it wasn't necessarily the preacher, it wasn't necessarily the minister, but every church, all the people in the church ridiculed her for being divorced. They belittled her. I mean, as a kid, I even heard them say like harsh things to her,
Oh, wow.
and my growing up, even though I believed in God and everything like that, my thought process was, my aunt kind of destroyed it too. My thought process was, why would I go to a place that demonizes it, that does that,
Yeah.
And my aunt used to say all the time, like we talk about, like I'm not gay, or anything like that, but I don't like it when people are criticized for how they believe. If you're homosexual or whatever, or if you're that's you, that's your life, that's your your way of living. And
Everyone's got to take account for what they do in life.
Right.
We all have to be responsible for our own actions.
And right away, my aunt would be like, "Oh, well, they would not be accepted by God if they were in our church. They would not be accepted." And I'm thinking to myself, like, why would I go to a place that doesn't accept people for who they are? That doesn't make any sense. And she's thinking she's convincing me to go, and I'm like, you're making it further and further for me to want to go to church.
Mhm.
And that's one of the reasons why I don't really go to church. It's one of the reasons why I'm not really that much of a churchgoer, because I hear throughout growing up and everything, I've heard all that, and I just choose not. I mean, like I said, I believe in God. I believe there's a God there. I kind of agree with Kiltz in the concept that God is in us. he's the voice that when we do something and we're questioning what we're doing, he's that voice that tells us whether or not,
That's
um,
the Holy Spirit.
yep, the Holy
Holy
Spirit,
Spirit.
exactly. But to actually
Hmm.
go to a building that has people in it, because it's not the God, it's the people that
You
go
don't
in.
have to, but if you have, scripture is very clear. If you do have a place to go, if you do have one, then
I do, it's here.
you want to be able to
Yeah.
have a community, just like we have our carnivore community. I
Right.
have my church community. I also have AA I go to every Friday.
Yep.
I've got my AA community. So it's like I really love going to AA because that's kind of like a church because we all still talk about God and include him. And I
Cool.
really enjoy the group that I'm in. So I've got all these different communities and I like that I can talk
Yeah.
about God and no one's going to be like, get out of here.
Yeah. And maybe someday I'll grow into the concept of doing. It's just right now it's important that I do more carnivore community because I believe in the carnivore diet. I believe in the carnivore way of life so much that I don't want anything to steer. That's the one fear I have is that there's because you'd be surprised. Like you're sort of lucky in the way that you've actually helped influence others and not vice versa. I live in a situation where people are trying to influence me, not everybody, but enough that I don't want to go to a community where like one of the things I fear all the time is going to my sisters. I love my sister, but when going to my families to celebrate the holidays, because that's 12 against 1 telling me whether I should eat vegetables, that I should be doing this, I should be doing that, that eating just meat's not healthy, and giving me lectures. Because I hate to say this, but people love to lecture. I don't they don't mean to, but they just do. And it's like such a majority. And it's just something I don't want to experience. I would rather be with you guys. And so in a way you guys are my church, you know. And with God's guidance, with God's help, I think you guys are the community that I need to be in. I don't think a building that's going to not understand. Now, if I can find a carnivore church, that'd be a whole great thing. But I don't think I'm going to find that. Not here.
Oh, another person. So there is I don't know if I had any influence on this whole situation, but so my father-in-law, he started um
Wow.
right before me, and then my sister-in-law just started not long ago, and then we have a nurse at church. She's been doing it for about a year and a half. She just came over and bought some eggs off me because I have eggs coming out my ears. And there's a lot of people starting to wake up to it. There's actually, I just found out that my husband's niece's husband is doing it. See, everyone's staying all hush hush, no one's telling, everybody's afraid to talk about it, but it's starting to finally in our community getting more and more out there because I post every day on my Facebook something about, and I post my personal story and I post everything I possibly can. And people, you just can't help but read it. Then I send them to all like my husband's family, and people are coming around. It's pretty
So
awesome.
yeah. So Terry Sue says two poignant things. First, he says Christians are not perfect. And the scripture about judgment is so true. If you are a judging person, it comes back on you tenfold. You will judge yourself and feel terrible. And then
Judge not lest you be judged, condemn not lest you be condemned.
right.
For whatsoever judgment you judge, ye shall be judged with.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And then
it's like that's why when you're, I know you're not a father, but I noticed a lot of people early on when I became a parent, there's always somebody pointing their finger at how other people should parent. And when they become teenagers, I remember hearing people in church saying, "Oh, my child will never do that, never do that." And the funniest thing is, you're sitting there saying that they'll never do that. Next thing you know, they're doing that. They're smoking the weed now that you were condemning and saying out loud that your children will never do this and that. That's why you need to just zip your lips. The way I say it is my children are not perfect and whatever they do, I cannot control. I'm just going to live the best example I can. I'm not drinking anymore. They see that all the good, they could see it in me that it's just, you got to live the best life that you can to honor your own body and to honor God, and
Yeah.
everyone else will see that.
So
That's just the
then
way
the
it
next
goes.
thing she says, you are right, Thomas. Thank you, Terry Sue. I love it when people say that I'm right. It's very rare. Can you record that and give it to my family? Um, Many of us are the church. It's not a building. I don't go to a physical church as I get judgy in them. I love online church though. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think you really have to go to a building in order to, do what feels right. And of
No.
course, Ivy says that her church is the carnivore church. And it seems like that echo is starting to get a little worse, but that might be just me. And Terry Sue says I'm right about a lot of stuff. Thank you, Terry Sue. I appreciate that. Um, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. So if you don't mind me touching on the subject, you mentioned that you went to AA. So
Yeah.
um, let's talk about that a little bit, if that's okay. How long were you drinking, and when did you, like, again, if you can remind everybody, when did you stop, like what happened to make you stop, and all that fun stuff, like how long have you been doing
Well,
AA?
I've been drinking my whole life pretty much. I grew up in Southern California. I have 11 siblings. Party animals. I just grew up I was dragged along to kegger parties when I was a kid.
Okay.
It was a party atmosphere. Alcohol was always normalized in my life. And then I ended up becoming a parent. And then I started seeing, then I got married and became a parent. And then I have my husband who's there in my life every day telling me, you drink too much and this and that. And then you live in denial forever and ever and ever. Um, I say I was in denial till about 2017, when I quit, for because I could see it was hurting my children, and just they were angry at me, and so I quit drinking for 2 years. And from 2017 to 2019, I didn't have one sip of alcohol. That's when I went to the clean eating, and I was doing great. And then on my 2-year anniversary, I was in Florida and decided to have myself. I can have a drink, and boom, that led me on to another 5 years of trying to moderate my addiction for 5 years. So anyone out there who's a addict understands exactly what I'm saying, because they fall off the wagon, then they
Hmm.
spend years sometimes trying to moderate it and go on, and it's just like a never-ending cycle. And my problem is it wasn't that I drank all the time, it's that when I did, it was always too much. I just didn't have this turn off switch. I would have like a 12 pack. Let's just say I had one. I'd never buy a 12 pack because it was too much. But then I'd drink six and then turn around and go back to town to get more. It was just ridiculous. But I started carnivore and in August 28th of 23, and automatically I just because I when I put myself into something, I just do it full bore. I was 8 months into carnivore, didn't even think about alcohol until one day I'm going through the grocery store and I look over and there is this zero carb, low carb drinks. Kind of like I don't know if they're like Truly or something. There's some kind of sparkling drink. So I thought, oh, what the heck. So I went and got me some, and then that was April of 24. No, 20. No. Yeah, no, March of 24, that's when I discovered those. So on March and April, most of March and the beginning of April, I was very much hiding it from my husband, although it was obvious because, I mean, he had to have known. We think that people don't know. People know. You know, people know if you've been stuffing cookies in your bedroom. I mean, it's the same
Right.
thing. And then a little issue occurred, and I quit that very day and I gave it over to God. I've always gave things over to him. It just seems like nothing ever worked. but I had a wake up call, scary moment, and I gave it over to God, and I have not had the desire to drink since that very day, April 4th of 94.
And you probably have it marked in your calendar and everything. So
Oh, it's in here, and I just got my
the
2-year
calendar of your
coin
friend.
actually in April. I got my little 2-year
Oh, that's
coin and had to do a speech, all that fun stuff. But everything, any problem I ever had in my life, alcohol was there for me,
right.
and it wasn't, if
Yeah,
you know what
I
I'm
mean, it's
saying.
the same thing. It's the same thing with, like I've been going through some depression. My depression's not as bad as it used to be. I mean, obviously it was so bad before I would just not stop, but now it's like more like, okay, I had that and I'm okay now. But then something
Yeah.
happens, people don't realize, like, depression is like sort of external sometimes. And it's like you could do everything the right way and then something from the outside causes a thought to go into your head.
Yeah,
And
like a little trigger.
like I actually thought it would be a good idea, and I mentioned this, but I actually thought it'd be a good idea. Like we have coaches, we have carnivore coaches, and I'm actually a
Mhm.
coach from Kiltz, but I just don't, I'm just not really as into putting it out there because I feel that if I'm not fully healed, who's going to really follow me? And I think once
I hear
as I keep on
it's
having that
people still
mindset.
have things to learn from you though.
Oh,
Just
I'm sure they do, but right now it's just that's my mindset, and I'm not going to be very effective until I correct that, you know. But the thing I thought was this, okay. One of the things that's always said was, if you like when you have mental anguishes, when you have things like, like depression, so like that eat more butter, eat more, and that helps, yes, but that doesn't really get to the main basis of the issue.
that's one thing I was gonna bring up. So just going carnivore and having in April, I finally gave myself permission to go and talk to somebody. There's been a lot, trauma in my life that I never really dealt with. And you
Yeah.
talk to your husband about it, he doesn't get it. You talk to people about it, they get it, but you don't really talk to them about it. Like my sister, I never really got dug really deep into how I'm feeling with my family. I just never did, or the emotional stuff. And I finally went and got counseling, and literally that's when I would say maybe it was that day that I knew I wasn't going to drink again in April. But after getting counseling, that's when like all the burden was lifted, and that's when I just knew I was never going to drink again. And I have to say that I'm never going to drink again, and it's okay to say that. A lot of people in AA will say, "Oh, you have to say that." It goes back to what we were talking about with words of affirmation earlier. I'm not going to sit back and be like, I don't think I'm okay. Matter of fact, that's what got me in trouble after that 2 years of being sober is I thought I was okay all of a sudden. And then
Yeah.
I went and tested the waters. Now I know I can't. I can never, ever, ever touch alcohol to my tongue ever again.
Right.
Just, I can't, and I won't.
Yeah.
And that's the
So
same with food.
yeah.
Food addiction, it's getting to the trauma that you've had in your life, no matter what it is. Look back at every little thing, because I think a lot of people, the reason they overeat, the reason they eat the wrong things is because of that trauma they've never dealt with. Whether it be a relationship in your household, do the 12 steps. I think the 12 steps are wonderful. Mending relationships with family members, or anything that you can think of that you might think that you have done wrong to somebody else or that they've done to you, maybe trying to mend that relationship, that might help you as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, like I think the coaches was, hey Paul, how you doing? I think that the coaches is a great idea for, carnivore and learning, like, okay, how can you be on the diet? But I think for
Mhm.
the mental, for the emotional aspect of it, I think that a person could do pretty well, being one-on-one coach, a counselor coach, basically, of that certified,
Yeah.
somebody that is certified in that particular field, that does have, legally does have the license and stuff, and just somebody to talk to. Like I have a counselor, but she's not carnivore.
Yeah.
Somebody that's actually experienced in carnivore, but knows that it's not necessarily the answer is not always, like sometimes in life, a cigar is not always a cigar. and to be able to assess and to help, like, why are you going to this? What's going on that you need to do this? And that's something that, I pretty much, the sad thing is, what helped me out was, this is really sad. What helped me out is realizing that there is nobody like that, and that what's the point in even looking, that I just have to figure out for myself what's going on, and just get myself, and just take it day by day, which is what I'm doing and everything. But I do, and you find steering ways, and you get hungry for something, and you're like, hey, you know what? I'll just have a burger patty, or something like that. But you do. It's not always easy, and these
That's
people
why
just
I think, honestly, I think what my addiction is way easier than a food addiction. I know that may sound strange, but alcohol is like so damaging to my mind that food wouldn't be. I mean, people, if I were to, if food was my problem instead, I know that if I was convicted in what I like, as convicted when it comes to alcohol as well, if I was convicted, then I took a bite of something, I'd feel guilty, and then I'd probably eat more, because that's how I was with drinking. If I drank, then I felt guilt, then I felt guilt and shame, then I drank some more, but nothing ever worked. And the thing with drinking is you feel horrible, and you just feel it more than you do with food. So food addiction, it's so normalized too. I just feel really, really sorry for people and that have a hard time with food, because I don't, and praise God for that. I mean, really, you have to eat, but I don't have to drink,
no,
but you have to eat food.
yeah,
So
which
it's
it makes
much harder, I think.
makes it feel even worse, because yeah, exactly. Like, you don't have to drink alcohol necessarily, but you do have to eat. You do have to consume
Mhm.
nourishment and stuff.
And just making the right choices. And that's why I think dealing with your problems and your trauma is so important, because then you don't have the excuses anymore. Sitting on right here saying, but this happened today. Oh, but this. Instead, you just get a steady mind, and you're like, that's gone. That already happened. It's in the past. I'm working toward the future, and I just don't. I have zero desire. I don't have any desire to eat junk either. I don't.
No,
I'm eating sardines and prime rib burger patties every day of my life right now. So I'll take it. And drinking my coffee and having me an Element sparkling.
so I'm just going to interrupt for 1 second. This is not for about us, but well, it's about me, I guess. So, like, you're probably thinking, like, boy, everything's about you, Tom. Like, what's that? So I'm going to share a screen. I have somebody that she actually won this from me, and her name is Leanne. Really great person. She has one of the best hearts that you could ever hear. She was on my channel a few weeks ago, but she actually bought one of my. I don't know why it's doing that. Stop zooming in. Okay, that was kind of weird. Okay, but that's my riblet shirt that she won.
I love it.
So
That is cool.
yeah.
Love the tie-dye.
Oh, thank you, Leanne. Yeah, well, I thought the tie dye would fit her. I just picked a shirt, and I thought the tie dye would be cute on her. So, but Leanne just did $1.99 for my channel. So thank you, Leanne. I appreciate that with all my heart. And yeah, and she was saying sorry that I haven't been around. So. Now, Terry Sue is asking, I'm not sure if she's talking to you or somebody else, but in case I missed something, but she goes, 11 siblings. Oh my God, what number are you in the mix? So if she was talking about you, and I apologize for not getting that, what number are you in the mix of 11?
12. I'm the baby.
You're the baby. Wait, did you just say 12 out of 11? Oh, 11 siblings, so you're number 12. Okay, I get you. Okay. That just got confusing for a second, but and
Yeah.
Terry Sue says Leanne is so cute. Yes, Leanne is very cute. That's why she takes care of cats and dogs. You have to be cute to take care of cats and dogs. It's a law. So,
Mhm.
in case you didn't know
I work
that.
with dogs. I work at a lab. I work in a lab with Labrador retrievers. We have about 160 Labrador retrievers at work, and it's a dog kennel that takes care of. The crazy thing is this: pet food companies pay for. We have certain dogs that go on study. Like I test like certain amino acids, lysine, protein, all these different stuff. That's what I do in my lab. But basically, like Farmer's Dog is who they're working with right now. And Farmer's Dog will have our study dogs go on the study, and then they require all these different things. Like the dogs have to run every day, and we have about 100 acres, so it's really beautiful. And it's a nice. I love working there, but it's really hard sometimes being a carnivore and knowing about dogs and dog food and just how much better they would be. But at least right now they're getting some farmer's dogs, so that's a lot better food, you know.
Right.
But they're I just love my job.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm just trying to think. Yeah. So, I mean, you have, so much going on, which is great. I mean, so you saw Meatstock, right? You went to
Yeah.
Meatstock, and so without giving any details, um, what did you think of the movie, of the documentary? Because you guys saw it, right?
Yeah. I loved it. It's
Okay.
it's very touching. I think it's especially going to go over well with people who aren't carnivores, or people which is the intention of it all anyway. Not really for people who are like you and I, but I think it's going to be great. It gets to the point and shows you, um, and it's full of surprises. The beginnings may seem kind of slow to us who have been around a bit. We're gonna because we know people's stories, like Bill's story. We know him,
Of
but
course.
it's
I'm
really
sure
done
there's
well.
aspects you didn't even know, right?
It's really good. Yeah.
That's good.
It's
Yeah. I
worth
mean,
bringing your family and friends to watch. I'll tell you that.
yeah, I don't have too many family and friends, so I don't have to worry about that.
Well, bring your roommate.
Well, if it gets to that point, then right now we're two separate people that live. It's not. But maybe down the road, who knows? I mean, anything's possible. My former roommate was interested in my channel, but he wanted to eat the stuff that he eats. So he made a lot. Like that's why I had to move into my bedroom with him, because he would yell, and every time I'd be doing a live, he would be like yelling and screaming.
Oh my
And
goodness.
like I can't mute myself. So I mean, I could do the earphones, but I really don't like earphones too much. And so I ended up just going into my bedroom. I just moved everything into there and just did most of my lives in the bedroom. But yeah, like
Well,
I'd be
those
like,
days are over. Those
yeah,
days are over.
yeah,
Good to go.
And I'm supposed to be visiting him sometime soon. Just a lot of things been going on, so that's the only reason why I haven't yet. But he's sort of settling into his new place, and and everything.
Yeah.
I have to get my life back in order and stuff, and it's coming along. It's coming along. My new roommate's supposed to, like, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but my new roommate's supposed to come by and start moving her furniture in. She said that they're coming around 5:30, but it's probably that they're loading it up, and so you may either I'll go into doing a background so no one has to, so she doesn't have to like be shown to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Terry, so we'll definitely find a comfort zone. I mean, eventually me and my other roommate found a comfort zone to a certain, but it was a lot of like I had to accept, like I had to kind of like falter and do a lot of ways. So I really just don't want to have it ruin my channel.
How do you
Yeah.
feel about having a female roommate?
Oh, well, the first one was a female roommate, so I don't really care about
Oh, I didn't
that. Yeah, her problem wasn't
know
that
that.
she, well, her issue was a different issue. She was a really bad alcoholic. She ended up, there's two different kind of alcoholics, in my opinion. I know there's probably many more, but there's two.
I never knew I had one because I thought that alcoholics were people who drink every day, and I wasn't one of them people. So
Right. Well,
go
no, the
ahead.
category I put an alcoholic in is functioning and non-functioning. Okay. Now, for the longest time, she was a functioning alcoholic. She was a really bad alcoholic. She drank a lot, but she also worked. She went to work. She earned a living. She had a pretty good living. She just like Papa Carnivore. She sold furniture for a living. She had enough. She could have done an apartment if she wasn't so drunk all the time. She could have done an apartment all by herself. She would not have had to work. She could have done everything by herself.
Yeah.
But she was functioning. She was able to pay the bill. She was able, if she wanted something, we were able to have it be done. However, but we still had everything in my name because it was my apartment, and so it just made sense. However, she decides one day that why should she work? I already get paid disability. I already pay for the apartment. I already do this. Why should she work? And so she quit her job, and for 5 months she didn't pay me rent.
Ooh.
So that's where she goes into the next category, non-functioning alcoholic, because now she was useless. The only thing that held, and I even told her, I said, the only thing that held you in this apartment was the fact that you had a job, the fact that you were functioning, And like a few times, she's like, I'm not an alcoholic. I said, you drink 30 freaking cans of beer a day. How do you not call yourself an alcoholic?
Wow.
And even
Holy
afterwards, she was able to get the beer, but she wasn't able to pay her rent.
man.
And like she ended up stealing. Like, I'm not going to go too much into her, but she ended up literally taking. She actually took credit card information from her friend and started buying beer through her friend's credit card.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, her friend was stupid enough to give her the information, which her friend's fault. All right, and she actually would call the place and have beer delivered.
They deliver.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And they, and one day they came and they're like, you owe us this. And what happened was the friend caught on, her niece or something like that caught on, and actually stopped the payments, just canceled the credit card out and stopped the credit card. So now she couldn't do it anymore. So they're like, yeah, you owe us. They came to the house and they tried bugging me, and I'm like, no, I'm sorry, no, I'm not paying for any of this. I do not drink anything. I did not buy,
Yeah.
it's not on me,
Oh, a
and-
mess.
but it's just, she was just really, really, really bad. And this is while I was like either in a wheelchair, while I was like having issues getting around, it was like during the time that that I was still having, like, I still wasn't fully healed yet. And, like she was just a big thorn in my side, but
Not anymore.
and Terry Sue says, good thing you didn't have your channel when you had that girl roommate. I'm not going to say a girl roommate, because she was the witch from hell. That's what she was. All right. We would have been all over you like flies on shit, telling you what to do. Terry Sue, that's no different than now. But I know you do it out of love, so don't worry about it.
Oh, that's fun.
And then Jemmett says, did you suggest to her help JMO, as I knew people that were functioning alcoholics? Said, I don't really get the question. So depending on where depending on which direction the question's going, Juju, I'm not sure what's meant by it. Like, did I suggest to help her, or did I suggest that she helps me? Because the latter, she definitely would not help me. You know. Yeah, no, she was very, one of the things that alcohol. She was very. I think this is actually without the alcohol. She was very manipulative. She did a lot of gaslighting, um, and so like she just. I think that was her nature even before. I think the alcohol just enhanced it, so to speak. You know, she was like her family.
It can bring out the worst in you.
Yeah, I mean, her family. She had like you have a good like you seem to have a good relationship with your sister and stuff like that. She had a horrible relationship with her family. You know, like one time
My
I
sister,
ended up,
she's my bestest friend, and we get along. Our whole family gets along. We,
yeah. When we
deal with each
texted
other.
my sister one time, and her sister pretty much said, and her brother was pretty much like, yeah, let her rot. You know, like she
Yeah.
we're tired of helping her. We're tired of
She
doing
burnt
for her.
some bridges there, it sounds like.
So it's sad. It's really sad. But
Yeah.
yeah, no. Actually, me and somebody from a church group, not my church group, obviously, but a thing called
No.
It was called Love Thy Neighbor.
Damn.
What happened?
I got company.
Oh God, he wants to be in the video.
What are you doing?
You're supposed to
You
turn
need a
around and
buddy?
show your face.
Out, down. See it. Good boy.
So we found this thing, and we actually convinced her to go to like kind of like a Betty Ford clinic, and she went. Unfortunately, the law protects that if she goes in there voluntarily, she can leave voluntarily. They can't keep her in there.
Yeah.
So she actually, as soon as but the problem is with her is once she was gone, I now legally, like before when she was in the apartment, I couldn't kick her out. The cops would not help me. They would protect her. She was in there. She was in there for good. But as soon as we convinced her to leave and go into the facility, it was enough time for me to change the locks, and she could not come back. And she tried to come back, but and eventually she slept in the parking lot for a few days, and the landlord finally, and they knew who she was. They knew each other, but they finally, like, they didn't go like, oh, Tom, you need to bring her back. No, they were like, no, you're out of here. You're causing too much trouble, and you need to. And they got the police to kick her off the lot, and then they helped her. Now last time I heard, she found a place, and she's not much different than she was before. But it's a sad thing. But the worst thing was when they suggested that she lives there. But we were so in need of the money that we didn't question any of like, I knew she drank, but I didn't know she was that bad. That's, so, I mean, it's a horrible story, and I'm sorry that I'm telling it on with your,
It's okay.
it happens, so yeah, so then, and then Tom, my other roommate, which is coincidentally, I don't know if you knew this or not, but his name's Tom too. He just has a lot of health problems, and he just ended up having to go into to get assisted living. He couldn't, like, I could only go so far, and like when he couldn't even take a shower bath anymore, I can't help him with that. I just don't have the power to do that, and and I think if I did help, even if I was able to help him, I think it would have set me back myself. So
yeah.
I think it's better that he goes into a place that has the right types of tubs. Like, he wanted me to actually switch out the tub. He wanted me to have the landlord put a whole new bathroom in with a walk-in tub, with this, with that. And I'm like, they're not going to do that.
No, they're not.
They're not going to do that.
Uh-uh.
And So, you know, but he seems happy now, or happier. He's getting his 3 meals a day. He's getting his, you know, he's on a like he they give him like an allowance. They give him like $50 a month or something like that. Like they take out everything out of his check, you know.
Have you heard of Hal Kramer? That's from Arizona. That
Yeah,
works.
that's so fascinating how he introduced carnivore to those facilities, and how much healing. Like most of the people that they thought was going to be like goners, they went home
Yeah,
to live life, you know.
he feeds them keto. He asked the family, of course, because families have to have a say in it too. But if they're okay with the feeding them keto, then they
Right.
do, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, one thing I do is sort of like there's one thing I kind of get a little. I'm not going to say passionate, but this is just an opinion of mine. And you could disagree or not disagree. The people in the chat could disagree or not disagree. You know, we all have our same thought processes. I think it's sort of okay. I think it's sort of disrespectful. I know not everybody's carnivore, not people believe in it. I get that. Okay. But I don't believe there's vegans out there, right? Now, I don't believe in being a vegan. I'm guessing you don't believe in being a vegan. There's many people that don't believe in veganism, but yet veganism's out there. It's powerful. Okay. And we can't deny that.
It's called propaganda. It's
The thing
all
is,
intentional.
the thing is, when you go to a restaurant, when you go to a facility, they like when you go to the hospital, if you tell them you're on a vegan diet, they will do their best
But
to
not the other way
honor
around.
that vegan. But when it comes to carnivore, they don't help. They criticize you. You know, I mean, vegan might get that, like, oh, I could never eat just vegetables. Like, what do you, you know, you might get that, but you're never going to get like, no, you can't do this. But yet, when you're in carnivore, they make it hard for you to do what you need to do. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't think that's where I don't think it's like why should like just because you don't agree with my diet doesn't mean I don't have a right to do what I want to do. And you should not be demonizing it. You should be saying, okay, this is what he wants to do.
Honor what we want to eat,
Exactly.
regardless of their beliefs.
And that's just my thought process.
It's just this has been something going in the making for a long time.
Yeah.
This
You know,
is
and
just
I'm
a
hoping that will
conditioning
change.
process.
I'm hoping people will be more open to it, and things like that will change. And maybe they will. I mean, when I first started over a year ago, it was I think the parameters have changed since even then. You know, like on how we feel. There's less people there are still people criticizing, but the numbers have gotten less and less. There are people that are a little bit more open to the concept, I think. Now, I don't know if that's because of the new administration or whatnot, or if it's been going on for a long time. And I'm hoping that once people start seeing Carrie's video, I'm hoping that perimeter would be affected too.
Yeah.
We don't know, but I'm hoping that it will change. But the problem is with a lot of people is there's so much brainwashed into believing all these different things, you know?
Because there's not a person alive today that has not been brought up with the Angel Keys, the false Harvard studies, all these lies that created all our nutrition. No, but we are the generation of people who have been just flooded with propaganda, and it's all on purpose. It's all intentional. It's to make us sick and our bodies to be weak and for us to be slaves, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And it's mind blowing. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you think the administration kind of helped with this? Like, do you think the fact of I know some people think that didn't do anything, like, you know, the fact that we have Kennedy doing what he does and stuff like that. Do you think that just eating, because like even the food pyramid being switched has a more of higher meat content than it did before? Do you think that kind of helped?
The sad thing is a food paramedic to change anything if the administrations don't change. The
Well, no, I
hospital
agree
needs
with
to
that.
start-
I agree with that
I mean,
wholeheartedly.
it needs to be changed everywhere. I really wish they could do this, but then again, I think it's kind of scary because then they can revert back to the other way. But if they could make the hospitals have that whole foods, make the schools serve whole foods, I don't see anything wrong with that. But what they're doing is they're making them do the opposite. We're just getting all this crap, and our children are drinking chocolate milks
Right. It's not
and
really solving the problem. Yeah, no, I agree. I
pizza,
agree.
chicken nuggets. And administration has to be willing. They can go ahead and make us think that everything's going to change, but another thing is people need to take into consideration that we have the lowest cattle rates in this country since I think it's the 70s or so, and we're in bad shape. If people don't start farming, like my husband and I plan on getting a couple cows, hopefully soon in this next year. But I know it's so expensive right now. I mean, it's so high, but it's not going to get any better. So we need to start teaching our young ones, our children. That's one big thing that Maggie was talking about, educating the younger generation. And Joel Salatin, he was there as well. And if you can watch all his podcasts, he was just on with Dr. Barry the other day. How they talk about regenerative farming and just getting younger people into farming because we're
Mm,
losing all our farmers. They're dying off, and the next generation's not doing it anymore. And
yeah.
we need to
Um,
turn our land back into cows. When I go, it takes 20, I live 20 miles out of town. And my husband said when he was a kid, so all that was corn and soy fields all the way to town. He said that when he was a kid, there was
if you
nothing
were
but
here, so,
cows everywhere.
right.
Now I got them all in my backyard now, and they're all owned
So,
by his brother. So
so Juju, she says, Thomas, yesterday Fox had a new diet called the Bible diet with fruit and veggies
yeah,
and popcorn. It
I've
was crazy. Now I'm kind of glad
yeah.
in that particular case, I'm kind of glad I don't have cable, so I don't really have
Yeah,
to.
there's a guy who I watched a documentary on a guy called the Biblical. It's a book he wrote, something about the Bible diet or biblical or biblio or I forget the name of it. But it was still too heavy plant for me. I'm sorry, but after the flood, God didn't tell us to go and eat plants. First of all, there were none. And then, he gave us meat to eat for a reason because after the fall, there's toxins everywhere now. There's thorns and thistles. Our bodies weren't designed to eat those things, in my humble
Yeah.
opinion.
Terry Sue just makes this comment that's probably comical and true. Save the cows. We've done save the whales. We can do better. Yeah, we can always do better. I don't disagree.
Yeah.
So,
I used to always think it was such an oxymoron when it was save the whales, but yet abortion is like, okay, let's kill the babies, but save the whales. That never went over well with me.
yeah,
Didn't
sometimes people can be a
understand.
little hypocritical. They don't realize
Yeah,
it. Um,
kind of nuts.
okay, so new comments.
Let's see. I gotta put my glasses on.
Oh, and Janet corrects it with for Rick's sake. Save the ducks. LOL. Rick. LOL. So did you? Okay, so I don't know if he went to. No, he might not have. I was going to say, did you meet Rick at all or no?
No, he was at Hack Your Health. I don't think he
Yeah,
was
I
at.
don't think he went to meat stock. That's true. But I
Yeah,
think he did go to another one too. But yeah,
because I wanted to go to Hack Your Health because first of all, I love the ocean, so that's just another trip to Florida. I could just hang out. But that one wasn't. It's much further away too. At least Gatlinburg was only 12 hours, and then we have friends that live near Nashville. We could stay at their place and cut the trip in half. But the Florida trips are quite long, especially that far away.
Mhm. We got Just Jerry's here. She's working and talking instead of typing. Kelly Hogan's slogan is eat. The meat save the humans. I agree with that. And I'd love to meet Kelly Hogan. So,
I got to meet her at Meatstock. I had just did her April classes. I was in line for the bathroom, and here she comes. And I said, "Stop just for a minute. I'm Becky from your April classes." She goes, "Oh, I'm Becky." And I just gave her a hug and got a quick picture, and that was it.
yeah, I'm actually one of the reasons why I want to go to Hack Your Health is because there are, we all know, I don't think it's a secret that doing these lives is therapeutic for me, more than people realize. And I just want to keep the momentum. I just want to keep the momentum going, and I just want to be able to interview so many people, And I put out the interview, and I'm doing really well. I mean, I'm booked up until August. Matter of fact,
Yeah.
The Carnivore Fix right now is going to be my last interview in August, and which is amazing. But the thing is, I don't want it to end, And there's people I've actually
More
asked.
people.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think the reason why they don't really respond is because they're like, "Who's this guy? What's going on here? I have no idea who he is." And I think if I went to Hack Your Health, I'd be meeting most of them, and they would
Yeah.
actually see me. So their interest, like then when I ask the question, they may not be so reluctant to say yes. Now they might also not be too reluctant to just say flat out no and not just ignore me, But at least I get an answer. At least I get that final thing,
Yeah.
and everything. So that's one of the reasons why I want to go to Hack Your Health, because there's people there's people that are going to be there that I've asked. I'll give some examples. I actually emailed Kelly Hogan and didn't get a response from her. And I know she's one of the sweetest people, so I think it's just like she's just thinking like, okay, who the heck is Target Prime Rib? I have no idea who this guy is. And and people that do know me also said no. But like Dante, he said no, he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But but he's never actually met me. I think some people might need to meet, And Miss Meat was another person I asked, and she never responded back, And I'm not against them.
Have you tried, on the Healing Humanities Sundays with Dante?
I go on there all the time. Yeah, I go on there all the time. But now I kind of work, and I'm just really tired and stuff. So I might go on there again.
Chit chat with him and say, "Hey."
No, I have. It didn't work.
Well, I think he's more apt to now, because ever since Hack Your Health, it was quite an emotional thing for him.
Oh, really?
He's kind of
maybe I'll try
fallen away for a while, and since he fell away for a while after his mom passed away, he's kind of back again. So you might want to give him a.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd love to have I'd love to have other people on and set up. Well, his thing was this. Okay, at that time it was an earlier time, but this is what people don't realize. It's the chance of math. Okay, I guess you could say. His thing was, like it was like kind of June, and I had it out for until September. I'm just giving you an example. And he'd be like, "Well, that's a long ways away. Why don't you ask me when we get closer to September?" But what they don't realize is this. Even though I didn't get him that day, I do get people in. Eventually, people do fill in the space, and it keeps on going. So by the time I get to September, I'm booked up until December.
Well, the best thing to ask people is say, "Can I book you for this day?"
That's what I tell them. Yeah, I tell them that you're better off booking it, and then you can cancel it out. And
then when it gets closer to the time, if you cannot do it,
that's I kind of go with that approach now, but it doesn't always work. But yeah, it's just it's just funny how people use that reasoning. It's like, well, that makes no sense, because you do realize that if I keep on booking, if I get 10 more people besides you, I'm now, I do twice a week. I'm now further out. And that's what they don't think about. They're thinking, oh, well, he won't have anybody until September. So I'll go in on
Yeah,
September, but
I
outside that.
chose this day because on Wednesdays I'm off work every Wednesday.
Right.
So I figured the only other thing I would be doing today besides being here is I have houses I clean, and I clean on my day off, but I put it in writing and I put it in my phone that I was going to be with you today, and that
Mhm.
when the lady asked me if I can clean, I said, nope, I got that day I cannot, but next week. So
Right. Right. So
yeah.
yeah. So yeah. But and I know eventually I'll get, because some people are just, there's people that just are very reluctant. They're just very, it's like sort of like that dog that doesn't want to get rid of his bone, and he, I'm sure you know the analogy, but but I'm so grateful for the people that do come on. Next week I have to. I don't know if you ever heard of her. I saw her on Amy Davis's channel, but her name is Dina Barrett, and she's part of the group with Amy with Dr. Berry's coaching course and everything.
Yeah.
And I saw her on there, and so I'm going to be interview. She's going to be on the channel. I don't know if I don't know if you would consider this to be an interview as much as just a get
These are
together.
just two people having a good conversation, chit
That's
chat.
all it is sometimes. I mean, some people do have more to tell, and that's great. Like I have a feeling that when I interview Bella in June, I have a feeling she's going to be very quick. It's going to be 1 hour. She's going to tell her story, and that's it. And she has her thing to do, which is fine. The fact that she's on is a blessing in its own right. And I have a feeling that's probably what would happen to Dante too. I thought that's what would happen with Carrie, but he ended up being on for 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, he could talk,
Yeah, he can. I think the longest person was Gary Noslow, I think, and I could be wrong. I'd have to go back to all the interviews and see how long each one was, but
yeah.
Carrie was like, well, how long was, he's like, I don't know if I could do that long, but I think he was like short from Gary from like by 4 minutes. Like Carrie was like 3 hours and 20 minutes, and Noslow was 3 hours and 24 minutes. Hey, speaking of the devil, and we talk about you and you show up. Hey, Gary, how you doing? And then, have you ever heard of Gary Noslow? Have you ever seen him?
I don't know.
Well, I can tell you right now, he's not slow. He's fast.
No slow. Probably. If he's ever on any Healing Humanity, like Thursday night
Mostly
live.
hangs out. He mostly hangs out with like Mitch and Kiltz.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, he's mostly with them. I don't think he's part of any.
My husband likes watching. We like listening to Mitch, but our mornings are usually we're up, and then it's Bible time, and then it's breakfast, and so the Bible always comes before Mitch, and so. But tomorrow I might get up just a little extra early so I could see Thomas.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thomas and Kiltz.
Yeah, if I can. Now, don't be shocked if
I've
because
seen
like I
Kiltz
said,
a million times it seems.
the air is actually not being fixed until tomorrow morning, but it'll be after Kiltz is live. So if I look like death warmed over, you know why. Okay.
Oh god.
As I'm gonna, I'll do whatever I have to be.
You need to make go buy some ice or have
Well,
some extra ice made.
somebody's coming today. Actually, I got to get going with the live stream. We've actually been on for 2 hours and 23 minutes. So I'm going to actually end from here because we could always do this again. And
that'd be great.
Yeah, it gives us a reason to have another one, right?
Yeah.
So that's all. That's the main thing is to have another one.
Maybe next time I have to have my daughter sitting along with me so she could tell you her little carnivore 13
or do it on a day that your sister's
14 now.
Right. Yeah, she's more than welcome to come on with you, and your sister too.
She'd be scared to death. She probably would say no, but my sister and I will be together in July, so maybe we can do it then.
Yeah, that's fine. And with the modern technology, even if you weren't together, we could probably figure it out. So I would
Yeah.
just send you both the link, and you both would join.
Yeah,
But
that'd be cool.
yeah, so we'll end it here. Just give me a couple seconds, and
All right.
I don't know if the ending video is going to come on or not, but if it does, great. If it
Thank
doesn't,
you all for coming to visit.
yeah.
Good spending time with you all.
Before we go though, and before I do my ending monologue, what words of wisdom would you give the audience?
What
Like your
word of wisdom?
final thoughts. Like imagine this is Jerry Springer without the
Oh my gosh.
and you're giving that final thing he used to do all the time, where he gives us words of wisdom on this life. What would be your words of wisdom?
Well, for me, being a Christian, put God first, and everything else will fall into place. You got to put Him first, trust in the Lord with all thy might, and just keep on moving forward with a smile on your face. And if you're not a Christian, I would say trust in the Lord. No, I mean, whatever your higher power is, and just do what's best for yourself and um, for your body, and be a good example in life to others. Be the best example you can be.
That sounds wow. So
Be kind, have grace, have compassion.
so that's a perfect segue to my thing. So everybody, live, love, heal. Oh my God. And for God's sakes, eat the
Don't
meat.
forget what you're gonna say. Eat the meat.